Right, so the first thing for the graph, you're only going to be doing this bottom part with the pH. So what we're looking at is how pH changes the enzyme's activity or reactivity. So although this is somewhat uh, qualitative rather than quantitative, because you were looking at the reaction, you put a value that wasn't really measurable. So you were just trying to set the stage so that you can compare the reactions. So this is the only part that you're going to be graphing, right? So your reaction rate for the different solutions and the pH of those different solutions. So in column A, you're going to use the pH column because the x-axis is your independent variable. That's going to be on, that's the pH, right? Because you were changing the pH solution. So and then you're going to put in column B your reaction rates. Does everybody see what you're doing? Those are just the numbers that I gave as fake data to some groups. So column A is your pH. Column B is your reaction rate. Now, it's very important that you order your pH. Otherwise, your graph will be very strange. It won't give you any information because it's not linear, right? So if you just graph it like this, it's not going to work. So you have to select column A, go to data, sort sheet by column A, and then it puts it in numerical order. Okay? Everybody with me so far? Okay, then you're going to highlight the boxes that you're going to graph. Insert chart. We don't want a bar graph because this is a linear scale. I want a line graph. So now I can see that this is put together correctly, that my pH is on the bottom on my x-axis because that's my independent variable, and my reaction rate, which is my dependent variable, is on the y-axis, 1 through 5. Right, so you're verifying that your pH is on the bottom because that's a different number range than your reaction rate. Okay. Now, if you hand this in, you're going to lose a lot of points because the axes aren't labeled. Someone that hasn't done the lab has no idea what that graph means. So you have to go into customize chart. Now you can name the chart here. So this would be graph 1, reactivity in response to pH. Or I can label it in the document. You don't have to label it here. And then I have to go to my horizontal axis. And what is my horizontal axis? What is my x-axis? That's the pH of the solutions, right? So pH solutions. Okay. Oops. If you ever lose the box, just go to the snowman, edit chart. Okay. Customize chart and axis title. So I labeled my x-axis, but I still don't have my y-axis. So my vertical axis title is reaction rate 1 through 5. I would also go onto vertical and show axis line just so it looks more like a graph. If you want, you can also go under your vertical axis and put the minimum value as 0 and the maximum value as 6, so all your lines are visible. You don't have to do that, but if you want a nice graph, if you're going into any type of business or plan to go into any type of business, graphs are going to be something that you'll utilize because it gives you data. What is this? What is this graph showing me? Does it show me the optimum pH for reaction rate? Yeah, it sure does. Right. So what would be my optimum pH? If I want my catalase to work its best, I want foam all over the table. What pH should my solution be? 9. Right? Does everybody see that? We're just looking for the highest reaction rate. All right, now to get this graph into your lab report, copy chart. Go into your lab, and then Control V or paste. This is super important. Make sure that you paste it unlinked. If you don't and you delete that spreadsheet, you will lose points because that graph disappears. Okay, so paste unlinked, and it'll show up in your document. Okay, everybody good?